Yeah, so Barb Reynolds will be calling in around the noon hour, and she'll be calling about her niece Audrey Jorgensen. So this is a South suburb family who, back in 2019, Audrey was found in her home with oxygen deprivation to her brain, which caused heart problems. At the time, she had 3 kids, all in high school. The youngest one, Mia, 14 years old. Pretty much gave up her social life and everything else. Did all remote learning, and was Audrey's primary caregiver. Well, in May of this year, Mia, tragic, suffered a crime, very tragic incident that happened inside of the family home, and because of this, Audrey had and her brain injury. She could not comprehend being in that house without Mia there. So the family, basically the aunts and her, Audrey's father and Audrey's best friend Linda, they all just kind of said, okay, we got to get Audrey her own place. We got to get her out of, this bad area. So they just ran out and bought a house. And they did all of this together, and they've been taking care of, Audrey.
Her sisters?
No. So this is her aunts.
Her aunts?
Her aunts. Her best friend Linda is her primary caregiver now.
Damn.
And her dad Dave helps out, but he himself is elderly, so he does everything that he can. But this is a great story of everybody in that family and the friends and all coming together and just giving everything of themselves. And basically for the last 3 years, pushing all of themselves to the point of bankruptcy because of all the financial and medical care and everything else.
It's not cheap.
So they called us just a couple months ago and said, listen, we're doing this. We got to get a new house. We're going to go do this. And they just said, we need help. So Marlo was at Access was the first one to take this call. And she said,
the Reds, Adrian Sampson set to make the start tonight. Cubs beat the Reds.
Okay, that's great. All right, thanks, Andy, for the sports update. Right when Frank's about ready to cry. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, but Marlo took this call and she said, Frank, we got to help. And I said, okay, let's put this out. So then Kristen really took this by the reins and really started helping this family, trying to get some help through the state and through some other programs. Trying to help them get the services and stuff like that. WGN, I immediately called Kevin McDonough, and he got the family in touch with a trust estate lawyer to help set up a trust fund for Audrey, special needs trust, so that in the event, because a lot of her caregivers are older, so if they go away,
what happens now?
What happens now? So they were able to get all of that, set up. So I mean, it's been a great community event to try and help this family out. And right now they have a GoFundMe page going on. It's GoFundMe, and then it's under Audrey G. Jorgensen, where everybody in this community could just help out a family that's really in need.
Who's going to be calling?
Barb Reynolds will be calling in around the noon hour here.
Barbara, how are you?
What time is it?
It's 12.
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Ooh.
Thanks for calling. 12:12.
Okay.
I know, Joe. Stay awake. 38 more minutes. 48 more minutes. You'll make it. 312-981-7200. Barbara, let's start out by saying thank you for calling into the show. We know you're nervous. We know this is a difficult topic, and we're here to help. What is the GoFundMe page website?
It is Audrey G. Jorgensen Special Needs Trust.
All right. And what are we raising money for?
It's hard to. Well, when we got a new house for Audrey, but it's not handicapped equipped, and it's just we've been able to get a ramp through Access, so we could get her wheelchair in the front door.
Okay.
But the bathroom in the home is about 5 by 7, and Linda, her friend and primary caregiver now, has to shower with Audrey, and they can't get the wheelchair into the bathroom.
Hang on one second,
in
Barbara.
order
Joe, a 5 by 7 bathroom, to retrofit a 5 by 7 bathroom, what are we looking at? To get a wheelchair in, you're talking a major reconstruction. Hang on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Your mic wasn't on.
Why'd you shut my mic?
I didn't. I shut it on. Forgot to turn it on.
It's amazing.
I know.
And then you ask me a question. I look like a fool. Just
No,
sitting
I
here
look like a
talking.
fool for not turning on your microphone. That's all I'm.
So when you say retrofit, meaning just opening the doorway?
No.
Expanding it to have a shower big enough for two with the wheelchair.
Oh, expanding
You're
into
usually
another-
expanding into a bedroom at that point.
Right. So
20, 25 grand.
25 grand, sure.
Yeah.
So I just want to give our listeners, Barbara, an idea of what the investment is in order to turn a 5x7 bathroom into a suitable bathroom to transfer a handicapped or mobility challenged individual. So that's where this money's all going to.
Right. There's currently there's a garage attached to the home, but again, there's no way to get a wheelchair in and out of that area into the house. So it's great now that we have a ramp in front of the house, but when the weather turns, like we know it's going to, it's going to be really, really difficult to get Audrey out of the house to go to doctor visits or anything else that she needs, to be any other place she needs to be brought to. There's no current area in the home where, as Frank mentioned, Kristen has been so helpful in pointing us in the right direction to try and get aid from the state for caregiving to give Linda some respite. But there's no place for any therapy to be done, during the time that she's home.
Sure.
Right now, her sons or Linda or her dad, Dave, carry Audrey around. They'll carry her she's sleeping down on the lower level, and our intention is to make that lower level, there's a small bedroom there. Again, the wheelchair doesn't fit in there, so we want to turn what would have been the family room into her bedroom. It's a little bit larger.
Sure.
But there's stairs, you know what I mean, to get to that lower level. And it's not, there's only 3 or 4 stairs, but again, someone has to be home. I mean, someone's always home, but one of the boys has to be home or Dave has to be there in order to carry Audrey up and down those few stairs. If we want to sit in the living room, someone's got to carry her.
I'll tell you what.
There's just little,
Well, listen, my mom was in a wheelchair. One step, if you're in a wheelchair, is one too many. Okay? I mean, let alone 3 or 4. Joe?
Frank, you've seen the conditions. You've assessed that whole job, what has to be done.
Amy has, yeah, and she'll be out there again with the family next week.
What's her goal here? 50 grand, 100 grand, 150 grand?
It's whatever we can get to help. As far as access goes, this isn't a money-making opportunity.
No,
for
I
us,
understand
right? We're
that.
here to help them out. But there's cost to doing that, and it's not. It goes just beyond the home needs. Right? They're going to need an accessible van. They have doctors. They have medical bills. And again, this family has, and friends have graciously donated all of themselves,
right,
trying to help out Audrey for the last 3 years.
All right, well, let's give her a kickstart here. So,
yes.
So Barbara, it's a GoFundMe page. What's the address of the GoFundMe page?
It is Audrey, Audrey, G. Jorgensen, Jorgensen, Special Needs Trust. If you just put in on GoFundMe Audrey Jorgensen, you will see a picture of Mia and Audrey.
Got it. All right. Well, we want to thank you for calling. You did a great job. I know you're very, very nervous, but you nailed it.
Yeah, Barbara, you were awesome.
You did good, Barbara.
Our family cannot thank you enough. We really, really appreciate this.
All right, after the show, I'm gonna donate a little myself. So thank you for calling, shedding some sunlight on this amazing opportunity for our WGN listeners to help you and your family support your cause. Okay, my friend.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a great weekend.